driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. Happy, Wednesday. It is January 24th. And it is a Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yep, it's true. Starting to feel a little bit better. I'll get there. No, I'm not sick. Well, in the head, maybe. I have some GI issues, and what it does is it messes with my eating. So I don't eat right, and then, you could probably figure it out from there. So, but yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day. I just got an email. I'm going to start sharing it soon. And what they do is they will send you a free big book. So I'm certainly going to get one because, that way I can give it away. I know my friend Amber needs one. She needs a new big book to start using. Right? Because this is what kind of happens is like, so I have my big book, right? But it's all marked up, and it's what I use to take people through the program, right? And but it's getting pretty wore out, so I'm gonna get me another fresh book that I'm gonna use for stuff that I don't use for sponsorship, so I can save that book because I don't feel like grabbing another book and highlighting everything again. So. I just put a post out about some of the rules that I'm making for are mostly at Zoom rules. Number one, you have to have your camera on. Okay. People don't show up to in-person meetings with bags on their head. I'm sorry, but they don't. Now, I understand you might be doing something. Maybe you're sick. So I'm going to let people come in, and I might let you turn your camera off, but I'm going to do that on a case-by-case basis. See, if you want to be here, you need to be accountable, or it ain't going to work. I know this. I've been here. Let's do some introductions real quick. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host. Some people are getting mad that I'm the only host. And then I ask people that they don't want to come on. All right. So if you bitch to me that I'm the only host, you better be ready to say, I am going to ask you to be on. Right? Why not, man? It's not as arduous as you think. Once you do this once or twice, it's not that bad. And I'll be with you, man. Chris, always good. Chris, stop calling me while I'm doing these. All right. Just got a back message from my friend Amy Moore. So this is kind of what I wrote. And this does go with this. So if you could just be patient with me here. So I've been to a lot of AA meetings, both in person and Zoom, and I'm very familiar with how both works. I think this gives me a perspective to run a hybrid group. We all know that I believe in recovery equity and I believe in accountability. So I'm making some choices for our group, and I thought I would like to ask the group for their thoughts. So please share your thoughts here. There are no wrong thoughts, okay? We're having a discussion. I'm not going to get mad if you disagree with me. Okay? Most of this has to do with Zoom. First, all cameras will be on when you enter the meetings. I'm doing this for accountability and to get rid of bombers. Okay? Now, why is this so important? Because I know a lot of people are like, she porn. Because this is a family disease, and what we're doing is family oriented. That's why. And if you're not okay with that, I'm sorry. Too bad. Okay. There's going to be children running around. Okay. And it is my job to protect them. That's my job. Okay. So I'm making that rule. Because I'll take care. I will make sure the kids are safe before anything else. What does that do? It levels the playing field for everyone. Okay. Nobody's going to be left out here. Okay. I may allow people to turn them off when they enter. Yeah, maybe somebody's like, I'm driving and it distracts me. Okay, that's fair enough. Then I'm going to turn it off. All right. The point here is participation of people taking their time to come when you should pay attention. See, I go to meetings to share my experience, my strength, and my hope. Okay. And if there are people screwing around or whatever, I'm going to take my business somewhere else. I will. I will go somewhere else if I don't feel like I'm being heard. Wouldn't you? I know I would. Okay. Chat will be turned off, except for hosts and co-hosts. Hi, Amber. Please be careful while you're driving. Chat will be turned off, except for hosts and co-hosts. I have found that chat has become crosstalk. And personally, I am tired of speaking while watching people swear in chat. If you want to chat and have fellowship, we have the meeting before and after the meeting. Oh, okay. I just saw your stuff popping up and I thought you were going somewhere. So, if you want to chat and have fellowship, we also have breakout rooms. Okay. So if there's like a couple people that just want to, chat or blah, 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 right? Then they can do that through a breakout room. Hey, Daryl, good to see you, brother. Hope you're feeling better. All right. Third Friday of each month. Third Friday of each month is going to be our speaker meeting. Okay. And Daryl, you're up next. So just kind of letting you know that in advance here. All right. Here's the one. And newcomers will not be able to speak for at least 2 weeks. I know I just lost some friends. This does not mean that we do not take care of this newcomer. This is what the end of the meeting is for. Also, we will not be asking if you are willing to sponsor, and we will be asking the real question. Is there anyone here looking for a sponsor? This has been my experience for 34 years, and it works. The big book tells us to do it this way. Okay. And I put some other stuff in there, but it's just fluff so people don't get mad at me. All right. So I hear this a lot lately that people are saying that recovery, and I'm speaking from my experience, okay, which is the only thing I can speak from, right? In my experience, recovery has been freaking hard, man. Are you kidding? Now, would it have been easier just to go on to the bitter end, blotting out my existence? And I don't know. Can I stay up till 11-ish? Maybe soon. I'm thinking about my schedule. So please chat me on that, please. I'm easily distracted today. Number one, it took me 2 years just to get sober. Then for 3 months, the first month, I don't remember shit. I don't remember nothing. Okay. That's not true. I remember Paul coming up and telling me he was going to be my sponsor. Okay. But I had to learn how to walk. I had to learn how to talk. I had to strip everything down to the core of my being and start over. And so do you. Okay. There is no easy, soft way. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. When we look for an easier, softer way, that just leads to self-pity and other things that just aren't going to work for us. That's going to bring us back to our character defects. And our character defects are old behavior. Okay? When I say I've done a 180, the Dion you're looking at now is not the Dion that walked into this program. The Dion that walked into this program was bankrupt. I was spiritually bankrupt. I was a shell of a man. The devil had me. The devil had me. Okay? I'm only using that word because, fine, I'll just use higher power from below, right? Lower power from below. I don't know. Okay? And we don't talk about this force much, but that's because it feels a little religion-y, and that's okay, right? Because we're spiritual. Okay? Then the PT, because of what we go through in our lives, and because I made the intention to get well, these other things would come up. Oh man, when my PTSD came around, I went from being a really cool ass dude to the anger. The anger. I do not miss it. I don't miss it. And I would have to start all the way over again. In my life, I've had to learn how to re-speak 4 times. That's why my speech is so good. I've had to practice it like you wouldn't believe. Right. At one point, I went to the dentist and they gave me a shot, and it made half of my tongue numb for 9 months. I had to relearn how to talk. It wasn't all perfect. It's all over. Dr. Skelton, and it was her assistant, but Dr. Skelton, she's awesome, if she's even around, right? So there are things that come up in our life. You see, we thought we were going to escape some of these things. And no, See, I have found in this world that you never get away with anything. It may crop up 40 years later, but you don't get away with anything in this world, especially when you've made the decision to become a better person each day. That is hard. I was just talking to my pastor about this the other day. I said, why is it harder to be good? Why? Why is it harder to be good? And she, I don't remember. She gave me an answer, but I don't remember it. I'll be honest. Have you noticed that? It is harder to be good. Shouldn't that be a natural thing? Right? I don't have an answer to that question. I don't. And that's okay. I don't need to. But it does tell us some things. So recovery is not the easier, softer way. No. But it is certainly worth it. And that's what we're talking about here. The joy of actual living. Right? Not only that, okay? But when we say that recovery is the easier, softer way, we are discounting everything everybody is saying. That's a really good point. And the Al-Anon says, because it's not as fun. Yeah, there you go. She's right, because it's not as fun. Oh, man, the exhilaration of doing something wrong and getting away with it, right? That's an addiction for us. Right? It's so true because it's not as fun. Oh, fuck. That ended this. But yet we get to have fun here, don't we? Now, the difference is when I laugh, I'm truly happy. Before, I was faking it. I wasn't happy. Okay? So that's the biggest part right there for me anyway, in my opinion. And I've been through a lot of therapy and I've been through a lot of stuff. And when we discount what we are, our mind will follow suit. It is the same concept of it is easier to skip the second meeting. Okay. I didn't do my 4-step yesterday. Well, I can get away with it one more day. See, we know that spells, but you know what? This is the easier, softer way. And they told, see how my brain can take that and just manipulate it into anything that I want. And I'm spiritually fit today. Right now. We'll just go with right now. Because in 10 minutes, that may not be the case. I don't know. Might get news, right? Anybody, and not just alcoholics, anybody in this world that comes to a point in their life when they're like, okay, enough. I've decided I'm going to change. Okay? Change is hard. Right? All right. See? Now it's different. See? I have my experience. It's easier and softer than drinking and making a mess of my life. This is also true. Yeah, it's perspective, right? So for you, it may be it may have been easier, softer. For me, it was not. And these are our experiences, okay? And both experiences true. You bet. Why? Because feelings are fact, man. Feelings are fact. And you may have a different experience than me. And I'm going to tell you something. That's wonderful. That's great. Because then you and I can go into a room and say, this is what it's like for me. And half the room will agree with me. And then you can come and say, this is what it was like for me. And then the other half would say, see how we can have everything. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Because if for them, that keeps them sober and they continue on, I have nothing to say about it. Right? Sometimes I come on here to start these conversations so that we can get to real answers, right? Yeah. That's the miracle of AA. That's the miracle of AA. We all get to be different, and it's fine. Okay? What we're not is terminally unique, right? So, because I get what they're saying too. I think back to how I was getting my alcohol and man, what a mess. That was hard. It was hard to do. And sometimes I think back, I'm like, how did I even pull that off? How do I even do that? I don't have the energy to do shit now. How do I do that? Right? Perspective. So thank you for saying that. All right. Thank you all for being here. This was a really good one. Shannon brought up a good point. We didn't have opposing things, but what we had is different experiences. See, we're not against each other. Yeah. I love you. I really do. All right. I need some serious decompression. I do. My brain is like, so thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I love you all. I love you all, and I love your experiences, and I love hearing about them. Peace out, and have a day.